Today I'm spilling the tea on all of my beauty, skincare, and makeup updates on the Daily Connoisseur. Hello everyone, Jennifer here and welcome back. So I've been getting a lot of comments lately. Jennifer, what are you doing differently? You look different. What's the change? You know, I haven't gotten any cosmetic procedures done, but I have been doing a few things a little different. One of the main things is that I am doing my makeup differently because my daughters taught me how to do my makeup. They finally couldn't take it anymore and they showed me what to do. So I think that it has been looking good. That's going to be the second half of the video, so I really hope that you watch this whole video. It's going to be long and juicy. In the first half, I'm going to talk about skincare updates. I have a lot, and I haven't talked about this in a long time. So let's jump right in. Okay, the first thing I need to share is that I have unfortunately suffered from perioral dermatitis for the past few years. It was awful in the beginning. In the first 2 years or so, I was really struggling with it and I had to make some major changes to my skincare. I was on antibiotics for about 6 months. Then I went off, then I went back on. It's a long story about how it came about. It had to do with a steroid medication that urgent care prescribed to me for a staph infection that I got from a massage place. I'm not kidding. This is like, it just goes back, okay? Now I have a lady who I love that comes to the house to give me a massage because I'm traumatized by this whole thing. But that's another story for another time. The point is that I have really had to change my skincare. When I was having the perioral dermatitis, the dermatologist told me I had to use things that were oil-free and non-comedogenic, all those things. Like I had to barely use anything for my skin because I would get a reaction from a lot of things. Everything has calmed down since then. I'm still taking a cream, medicated cream that I use about 4 times a week or so, and that's about it. I still have to watch what I put on my skin, but everything that I use is really high quality and doesn't disrupt my particular issue, okay? So I'm going to share all of the cleansers, the moisturizers, the SPF, the drugstore tips, the gua sha tips today, and I hope that you pick up some good tips from this because some of these things I found and they've really changed how I look, I think, for the better. I know that this is going to be such a long and chatty video, so I want to start off by thanking Blumene who have sponsored today's video. When I tell you that Blumene is a genuine part of my skincare routine, it's the truth. I love the Face Pro. In a little bit, I'm going to share how I do gua sha every single day. With my tools. This is something that is non-negotiable for me. I do it in the morning and sometimes in the evening too. I do gua sha every day and I do the Blumene 3 times a week for 3 minutes. And it is so good. I really think that it works. I think that my skin looks great. I'm in my mid-40s for context. So the Blumene is a device that naturally tightens and lifts your skin. So as we age, jowls can form, the skin on the face is less tight, you can get wrinkles. And so using the Blumene really helps with that. I put it on the red light setting. There's heat when you do this and a vibration. So you're looking at me doing only one side of my face and you can tell that it is lifted. It's like gua sha, but it's supercharged and even more effective. So every time I mention the Face Pro, it sells out. But I reached out to Blumene again and they are giving us another discount. It is for the first 100 people. Normally $300 with the link in the description. It is $200 off plus an extra $50 off a second unit if you buy 2. It makes a great gift, Mother's Day gift, Galentine's gift. So anyway, thank you to Blumene for sponsoring today's video. Okay, so let's talk about cleansers first. There are about, let's see, 5 different cleansers that I go to for my skincare. Now, if it's the end of the day and I'm wearing a lot of makeup, the first thing I will do is do an eye makeup remover. I actually just use the one from Amazon brand and it works really well. So I use that usually. And then I have to take my makeup off with a double cleanse. So I will either use the Merit Great Skin Cleanser because this is a double cleanse. I'm almost out of this one. This gets the makeup off really well, and it does the second step for you where you would normally have to use another cleanser. So it's a double cleanse all in one, which I love. And then, or if I don't use that, I also like the Palmer's Cocoa Butter formula. This is a skin therapy cleansing oil, and this melts all the makeup off. It really does. I was afraid to use this when I was in my perioral dermatitis phase because I was supposed to use things that were oil-free, but this has not disrupted my skin at all. So this is another great way to take off your makeup. But then I'd have to use, because that's like the oil, then I would have to use a cleanser after that. So I would either use Cetaphil or Avène. Now this I bought at my dermatologist's office. This is a French brand and it is for sensitive skin or reactive skin. So this was really good for me when I was in the midst of just the worst part of my skin issue. And it's called Tolerance. So I will find this online and link it down below. It's really good if you have sensitive skin. Or I would use the Typology, which I love their line, and I would use the exfoliating gel cleanser a lot, or their chamomile cleanser. Those are the cleansers that I would use at night. And again, I don't use the same thing every night. I do feel like I have to switch it up. So that's why I'm sharing so many different ones with you, because I genuinely use all of these. I just mix it up. Now, as for the morning, because in the past, I would never cleanse my skin in the morning. You know that this is a rule for me. I would just use hot water just because I didn't want to strip my skin of any oils. But I have to wear a medicated cream like a few nights a week for my perioral dermatitis. So when I do that, I do like to wash it off in the morning. And I will either use Cetaphil or the Avène, just something very simple to wash it off. Now in the daytime, I will use an SPF, and if I'm wanting to incorporate it into my makeup, I will use Merit's The Uniform. I'm shade 20, so I will use their SPF, and this is SPF 45. I love this. So I will use that, or if I don't want to use a foundation that day, or if I want to use a different foundation, I will use the CeraVe SPF 30. I just get this at CVS. Now at nighttime for moisturizers, I will use something very simple, either the Moisture Surge by Clinique, or I've been using the Cetaphil. It's a daily hydrating lotion, and it has hyaluronic acid, and it's just very gentle on my skin. So again, drugstore products. I will often use a serum. So if I'm not using the medication, I will use a serum. So it's either right now the Paula's Choice Cellular Youth Longevity Serum. I love this. I feel like my skin looks so good the next day when I use this. Or the Clinique Moisture Surge Serum. And this is like when my skin feels really dry. I love using this. I will typically use those, like if I'm using the Blumene, I will use those serums. Another drugstore tip that I do, and I know that there's like a lot of amazing eye creams out there, but you know what just really works for me and what I genuinely am doing every night is using Vaseline. So I get Vaseline and I will put it right here on my eyes or on the eye area, and I just feel like it sucks up the moisture and makes my skin look great in that area. I'm in my mid-40s now and I need moisture there, and it works for me. So I will do that, and I'll put some on my lips, and I even put this on my heels too. So I just love Vaseline and I use it a lot. This is the Cocoa Butter Healing Jelly one. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I gua sha my face. I gua sha it every day. I actually do it in the morning without fail. It's part of my morning routine. It just depends. I have a gua sha from Wildling, and I have this one, I think it's from Amazon. This one I bought from my friend Ashley's shop, and I'll link everything down below. This one has like spikes on it, but it just invigorates my skin. And I tend to get swollen in this area if I have allergies. Like, I have a little bit of an allergy to my new puppy, and if I kiss him the next day, I'm swollen here. Even in a recent video, I was like, oh my gosh, I look so swollen on my face from him. So anyway, I'm combating that in different ways, like with Zyrtec and not kissing my dog. But one of the main things I do with gua sha is I will go up my nose like 5 times, and then I'll go out this way 5 times. This one feels the best. I really feel like I'm clearing this sinus area that's typically quite swollen for me. I will do my forehead. I will do up the jaw, down the neck, up the jaw, down the neck, and then this right here, you know, just to keep this area tight. So I do that every single day. And then I do the Blumene 3 times a week. When I'm doing the gua sha, you want your skin to be moist so that it doesn't like pull at it. So I usually will spray it with a thermal water. This is a thermal spring water for sensitive skin by Avene, but there's so many different ones out there that are also really good. Again, I'll link all options down below. I think I talked about everything for skin. Oh, in my recent What I Eat in a Day video, I shared that I have been trying collagen. So I have been putting collagen in my coffee every single day, and I've been doing this for, I think, about over 2 months. I've been through 1 tub already, and I'm almost at the bottom of this tub. This is the Great Lakes Wellness brand. I just buy it on Amazon. I'll leave it down below. This one is unflavored. It is undetectable in coffee. However, it is detectable in tea. Like, I tried putting it in my tea, and it tasted like beef to me, and I didn't like that. So anyway, but I do not taste it in my coffee. So that's what's going on there. I'm taking collagen just so that my skin, hair, and nails can look better, and I actually think it is working. I'm trying to grow back my hair, which has been looking a little thin, and I think it's looking good, and my skin is as well. So that's the collagen update. I'm open to trying other ones. If I find something that maybe tastes better in other beverages, I'll let you know. But this is the one that I'm using right now. Okay, now let's switch to voiceover because my daughters taught me how to do my makeup. And I think that the main thing that I'm getting from what they taught me is that I'm able to recreate a youthful glow through contouring and highlight and blush. So without further ado, let me show you my newly improved makeup routine. Okay, I'm in my bathroom here, and that little gate you see behind me is for Watson. We have a few designated puppy areas throughout the house to keep him safe when we can't watch him. All right, so I typically use one of these 3 foundations. I'll use the Merit SPF for a very Lino makeup look days when I want SPF coverage. I'll use the Jones Road again on Lino makeup look days. And I'll use the Ilia foundation when I'm filming because it's more of a full coverage. I don't think I've showed you this one before, so I'll put it on today. I apply it with a wet sponge. Again, I usually only use this foundation on filming days because it's a higher coverage. So my daughters do not wear foundation, but I told them that I need to. So I'm getting to their tips in just a second. Now I'll do under eye concealer. They don't do that either because they don't have dark circles under their eyes. And then I cover any blemishes I have with concealer. This is from Benefit. And then here's where their tips come in. I'm going to take a contour stick. This one is random. It's from ELF or ELF, and I picked it up on a whim from Ulta, and I ended up loving it. It's almost out right now. I'll link all of these along with my shades down below, by the way, or in the YouTube shopping tab. So I'm going to use it strategically to create shadows on my face that will bring out my features. And this is what my daughters taught me. I do the nose, the cheekbones, the forehead, and the chin. And I just blend them all really well. An issue I had is that before I did this, I do feel that I looked a bit pale and flat, and this brings out a nice dynamic and gives me a bit of a bronzed glow like I've been on holiday. So I'm going to take another deep blush bronzer color, and with a small brush I'm going to continue this little line on the bridge of my nose. This again gives the illusion that I've been out frolicking in the fields. The youthful glow is on its way. So now I'm going to fill in my sparse eyebrows. I tend to like powder for this. A tip I was able to give to my girls was this, and I tell this to all young women: don't touch your eyebrows. Seriously, leave them alone. They are beautiful. If you wax or thread them, they could disappear later in life. I'm just saying. Okay, now that those are filled in, I'm going to put some eyeshadow on. This isn't necessary, and my daughters don't wear eyeshadow, but I like to put it on, especially when I'm filming. So I'm using Merit here, and I'm sticking to a very natural shade. And now a very subtle eyeliner. This is the Chanel Coal and Amber. I love this eyeliner. And I'm going in with the Jones Road mascara to open up the eyes. So let's get back to the youthful glow. I'm using the Merit Day Glow to highlight the tip of my nose and my upper cheekbones. And then I either use the Merit Flush Balm or the Jones Road Miracle Balm for the most natural blush. Today I'm using the Merit one in Terra Cotta. I love this shade, it's so good. And I'm going higher up on my cheeks and up to my forehead. Again, creating dimension to my face for a sun-kissed look. For my lips, I'm doing a lip liner. This is the Charlotte Tilbury one. I'll leave the exact shade down below because it is the best Your Lips But Better shade. And I overline my lips just a bit to make them look fuller. And then I'm going in with the Jones Road Cool Gloss on top. And that is the new look. I think that I still look very natural and with a youthful glow and dimension to my face. So here is the before and after. What do you think? If you found any good tips from this, please let me know how they work for you. I hope that you enjoyed this video and that you got your own ideas for your own skincare and makeup routine. I wanted to thank all of you for your wonderful support of my new book, The Daily Connoisseur's Guide to Living Well at Home. The book also shares why you should take care of yourself at home, and through not only what you wear, but how you dress, how you express yourself. Self-care is so important. So I do hope that you love the new book. And I'd also like to thank Blumene for sponsoring today's video. Normally $300. With the link in the description, it is $200 off, plus an extra $50 off the second unit if you buy two, and that's for the Face Pro. If there are no results, you get a refund. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I hope that you will like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.